Hi, how are you? This is Jelly Bling. I have another project using Layers of Beauty. So here it is. Yeah. So this time I colored the flower image. The first one, so this is Avid Stampers. So if you order the bundle through me between now and June 1st, I would love to send you the card kit. So it has all the pieces. I'll do as much as I can for you without stamping any of the images. But if I could cut it out, I will do that for you. So this was the first project, and this was using the masks. And this one was a lot of fun. This is the second one, using beautiful new paper, coloring with the blends. So Layers of Beauty dies, and Countryside Corners for this piece right here. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. So I will say the sizes of each of the pieces, and I'll also put this on my blog, and my blog is jillybling.com. So these are some new gems. They're called transparent adhesive back dots, and we'll use the kind of clear ones. And because this is a polymer stamp set, we need to use a pad. We'll be using that. So the bundle is on page 57 in the annual catalog, and it comes with 3 pieces. Layers of Beauty stamp set, Layers of Beauty dies, and Layers of Beauty decorative masks. And these are a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. Excuse me. So, order by the 1st to get your kits. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, and we'll just fold that in half, just like any standard card. This piece is 4.25 by 11, and we're going to score it at, and I'll hold my little measurements up with the card as soon as we get done going through each of the pieces. Score it at 1.5, 3, 5.5, 8. Okay, 1.5. 3, 5.5, and 8. Ran out of room over here. 8. Okay, we are done with that. Okay, so this is just accordion fold, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Here's your bone folder, because you know this card, you can see I'm smushing it really well, but it just has a tendency to keep wanting to pop open. It's probably because I put so much stuff on it, but score it really good. Maybe yours won't pop open. Okay, so we already have quite a bit of it. Okay, so let me pull this part out. Let's start with this top movement piece. Okay, so let's do the Countryside Corners pieces. I have all kinds of pieces over here. Didn't go through these. So these 2 right here, and they are cut to 3 by 1.5, and the espresso piece is cut to 3 5/8 by 2 1/8. So it's these 2 here. So I will cut these out. Those go there. Then, let's see what else. I have it all kind of backwards. Okay, so for the stamping it is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and that is for this flower right here. These 2 pieces of designer paper are for here, and they are 1 1/4 by 4. So, and this paper is just so pretty. I should get the name of it. Hold on, after I get these 2 pieces on, I'll get the name of it. Don't have that memorized yet. I know I've bought a lot of it, so you'll be seeing a lot of it. It is called Wildly Flowering. And look how pretty this is. I think I have at least one of each of the sheets. Wild wheat. Pretty, pretty. Look at that. That goes nice with the mauve. This one's pretty. Do I have all of them? I think so. Very pretty. Okay, let's see what's next. Or these could get stuck together. See, that's pretty too. I think this one is, I don't know. Well, we can find out right here. Yeah, it's the same one. Okay, so we did those. The 2 times small, we did those two. The middle DSP is 2 1/4 by 4. That's this one. Look at that. I mean, the underside, both sides are just so pretty. These are, it seems like it's kind of focusing on last year's in colors, which I love. I like this year's too, but I really like last year's. Okay, and this one, I'm not going to put it because we had to stamp on it first. And that is the same size, 2 1/4 by 4. And this one is 2 3/4 by 4. 4 right here. Just lots of cutting. Then doing the layering is easy. Okay, so this is looking good. Let me get this piece, which we'll have to stamp on. I'm going to stamp on this one. Hold all that down. So this piece, whoops, too fast, goes on here. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. Then the insides, 5 1/4 by 4 and 5 by 3 3/4. And then I have just a piece of crumb cake scrap for the words, and then some scrap silver paper for the leaves. Okay, let's put this on. Oh, I should hold it up. Okay, you ready? I'm going to hold this up. Hold this up. My fingers out of the way. So, screenshot for this card, those are the measurements. Okay. So I'll put this one on. And when I put the sample together, I don't know why, maybe too much caffeine, but it just kept on kind of moving all about. Okay, there's that. And this can go on the front. There's a right side up and a right side, it's directional. Put it right in the middle of this panel. Okay, and let that dry. So this is for stamping the flower right here. Let's do that now. So the flower, oh, this is the coolest thing. This stamp set, this bundle, I don't know if you can see it best on here, but there's a die that cuts out just this flower. Right here. There's a die that cuts out the whole thing, but it's nice to have just one flower. And the stamp, there's just a little gap all along there. So when you stamp it and you die cut it, you don't see all the connecting leaves, which is very clever. Stampin' Up! Is always very clever. So on this big stamp, which my hands have a hard time holding, and if you're using polymer, make sure to use a pad. Just because if you're using the cling, the red rubber, it already has a pad, but the polymer does not. Let's ink this, and I'm just focusing on this one flower. And when you go to stamp it, if the paper sticks to the stamp, that's a good thing. I'll show you why. Okay, stamp it, and I'm just looking for this one flower here. Give it a good push. So chances are it's going to stick, which is good, because now I can make sure I get a good contact with all of that little intricate detail pieces. And there it is. And that die, here's that die. Look at that. Is that clever? Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. Excuse me. Okay, and the inside, since I have the stamp ready to go, the inside is, I have it stamped in the corner. So let's do that on this inside white paper. So ink the whole thing. It's just so pretty. Okay, that's where it will be. I didn't get it very good in there. Let me try one more time. Probably because the paper was sticking to the polymer stamp and I didn't take the opportunity to give it a tummy rub. Okay, let's see what it does. Try one more time. Okay. Oh, it's going to be good. I know it. Yes. Oh, and since we're stamping, let's do this one too. So this one has grateful for you, little leaf, little buds, and then a flower at the bottom. So let's do that. Grateful for you. Right at the top. Ooh. Right at the top. Nice. And this little, I think it's meant to lay down. On the box it's laying down. Thinking you could turn it up and it looks like, maybe I should try that. Because there's these little add-on pieces. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try something different. Have it like it's a stem. Oh, that's cute too. That's really cute. Then there's these little flowers. I didn't use this on the first one. I'm just gonna leave it. We're done stamping. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay. So this flower that cut out, you saw how I tried to line it up, but to me it has a little bit too much of a white border, and I don't like seeing just those little, because I didn't do it perfectly centered. I like it over here. I really like it over here, but not over here. So I usually end up doing this with many die cut. Just pull out my scissors and it's like, oh, I'll cut it the way I like it. And I'm sure it's human error, but it is what it is. It won't take long. And then to color the flower, I'm going to use mostly mauve. And I wouldn't naturally go to that color, but the designer paper has white flowers with mauve centers. And I tried to do that and it didn't look very good. So it's just plain old mauve with Blackberry Bliss flower centers. So I'll color one of them right down here, and then I'll hold it up and I'll color the next one. So I'm going to do one petal at a time. I'll start with a big one. Color it all light. Get good saturation. Do a second layer. Then go to mauve dark and just color this area back here dark. Then Blackberry Bliss is just a hint darker than that. And because I'm doing only one petal at a time, I don't have to spend much time blending, which is convenient. Okay, so I'll hold this one up. So let's do this petal. Mauve light. Then after coloring this one, I'll set it down and I'll get busy and color all of it. Okay, 2 layers of color. Then mauve dark. And Blackberry Bliss, just because I wanted the dark to be a little bit darker than that. And again, because it's we're doing just one petal at a time, doesn't take much more blending, even though that is a little bit. Okay, now I do the light. Okay. So I'll do this petal. Then when it comes to the little ones, I won't do one at a time. I'll do like 3 at a time. 2 layers of color. Next one. And darkest. Okay, light. How about these right here? little bit. Ooh, these kind of all go together. Okay, let's add another one on. Mauve. And blackberry. Now I'm going to do maybe this one and that one, and then all of them at once, all the remaining ones. Two layers of color. Okay, now for the rest of them. And the leaves, I'll hold those up close. Those are kind of fun to color. Everything else. Two layers. Some of these petals, it's like, I'm not quite sure what part of the flower. Is that like the core, or is that like a rolling out leaf? Sometimes it's hard to know. Okay, that is done. So now, for the leaves, I'm going to use three colors: mossy dark, mossy light, and olive light. So this time I'm not going to spend too much time blending, but right down the center where the vein is, I'll do mossy dark, and then just do like a couple pretend veins. This paper is cool from so much coloring. Then this is mossy light. I'll go right here beside it. And at this point it looks a little messy, but when I do the olive, it's like it just springs to life. Okay, you ready? This is olive light. Isn't that pretty? And I don't want to do olive light too much because it'll wash away the mossy, but I love the look of these. One more. Oh, and then we have that one little center panel to color too. Okay, flower for the front. It feels cold from being alcohol marker wet. Let's do this little one, and I colored this one a bit different. This is boho light, and ooh, try the other side. I'm going to do the flowers just a little bit in the center, and then I'll use the color lifter to blend it out. Because you all know how I like me some blue flowers. Color lifter just to kind of soften it. So it kind of looks like they're white flowers with just a hint of blue in the center. And then the leaves I'll do the same way. They're so small that maybe I'll just do mossy dark and olive light. And the flower centers I'm doing in pebbled path, just because there's hints of pebbled path throughout the whole card, just to kind of bring it together. I could do them yellow, but the designer paper has nothing to do with yellow. So, pebbled path it is. Mossy, dark, right in the center. Maybe just a little bit on each of them. I don't know if I could get 3 colors on these tiny little leaves. I'll try. That's mossy, light. And then olive light. And I'll take pictures of all of them, like multiple pictures, and put them on my blog. So if you're coloring and you're like, no, what is that? How do I color that? You can look at the pictures and that helps. Okay, that's really cute. Okay, I think we're done coloring. And are you cringing at thinking that we need to color this? Watch this. Magic of it, TV. Okay, so magic. Look at all that coloring. So this is for the inside. And I'm not putting any words on here. You could write whatever you like. But there's really cute, like the smile one. You make my heart smile. That one is, we'll do that one on the next one. Since I'm on a roll with adhesive, I'll do this one too. Oh, all kinds of pieces. This can go right here. Okay. And this could go in here. Good. Done, 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 done. Not done. Okay, so we need the tag and foil, silver foil leaves. So there's 4 of them. And I'll put them on here. Just a minute, I have them done. Then let's stamp the greeting. This paper is perfect for right there. I think it's God bless. And I'll cut that out. Okay, so to do the twine back behind here, and I was thinking of doing linen thread, it's a little bit lighter, but I like the hints of the pebbled path here, there, flower center, and right here. So to do that, I took a piece of this and wrapped it around my fingers 2 times. And when I saw this, is like, my gosh, that's a little bit chunky. So I separated it. So take this piece, and it comes into 3 pieces, and that makes it a little bit more delicate, but it's still kind of crazy and very natural looking. Okay, I have one already separated. Actually, one of them is shorter because I use it right here. I used it for the tag. This one is shorter. So for the tag, take it, fold it over. That's all you need. The rest, I know somebody will love to use that. So for the tag, tiny little hole. And do your best to get it through there. And even if you just kind of get it started and then pull all the rest of the pieces along, it's okay if it gets frayed because it's just a natural fiber. Okay, so that is ready. This might be a little bit too long while these pieces are coming off. Make it shorter. Okay, and then for this one, which is now just 1 strand, I'm going to put dimensionals all over the back of my flower, more than needed, but it helps with attaching that piece of jute, pebbled path jute. Okay, it's okay if you think I'm going a little crazy on here, but you'll see why. So take this, wrap it around 2 times, then put it into a figure 8, and I had to get my bearings on here. This thing is going to go here. Oh, I know. Okay, so I want the bunches, the circles, the ends to be going in this direction. Hold that. Put this on here. Okay, and however they end, that's fine. And if anything, like that's a little bit long, if anything bugs you, you can lift it up off the dimensional and position it however you like. But I like that, like just the natural way that it falls onto there. So this can go here. Smush it down, and chances are the dimensionals are all used up by the jute. Let's see. Oh, it's looking pretty good. Because sometimes you just have, like right here, it's lifting a little. I'll take a mini dimensional and just kind of tuck it in because I want to make sure it stays attached. Okay. Now, this is going to go right here, and I'll have it go on the flower and right about to this panel. So I'm going to put glue all over here. And then where my finger is, I'll put a dimensional. You know what, I'll do the dimensional in just a minute. So this is going to go right about there. I want it to be on the flower, but not taking up too much of it. Not right in the middle. Then I'm making sure that the words are parallel with the bottom. That looks good. And I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and then I'll tuck a dimensional under there. But in the meantime, I will put these silver little leaves on. And I like the placement, so this one can be up here. And I kind of like how it covers up the jute, because the jute is a little bit crazy, and this kind of makes it a little bit more refined. And I know right now this silver leaf is sticking to maybe some jute, maybe some designer paper, but I'll come back and I'll push that down in just a minute. Then there's this one that will go underneath the tag, the words. This one can go right about there. And this one, very pretty, can go here. And it's okay if it goes over the jute. Same as this big one here. Oop, there's a dimensional. Keeps hitting, there we go. Kept hitting dimensionals. And I know that that one's kind of loose in there, but after the glue starts to set up, then I'll really push it in place. Then there's just this little one. How about right there? That looks good. Okay. And this is probably set a little, so I could put that mini dimensional under there now. Right like that. Okay, this one's really popping up. We'll see how that is in just a minute. Okay, how about if we put the rhinestones or the gems on? I kind of think the green would look good, or even this purple. Maybe I'll try the purple color. The white looks good. See, if I do miscellaneous colors, then I'll have to ask everyone that orders the set, okay, what color bling do you want? So I'll just go with the white on all of them. Okay, let's see about, because I think it's done. See, this one is behaving. It's sitting down a little bit better. Here, it's kind of popping up. It might be also because the jute isn't attached to anything. So I could fix that. Put some glue on the jute. Okay, so I'll give it just a minute and then try. After the glue isn't so liquidy, I think it's going to work just fine. Okay, so that is it for today's project. This is number 2 of the Avid Stampers Layers of Beauty project. Let me know what you think. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.